Hi, in this video I show you the shortcuts that you can use in Wilcom and explain you how they can be very useful and practical for your digitizing in Wilcom Embroidery Software. So I have here a picture. I have it made in German previously, so now I edited everything in red is in English for you, and I go through one by one and explain you how to do them and why to use them. So let's start with the first one. Control O means open a design. So if you press Control O, this will open and you can choose any design you want and just click and open it as you please. This is one way to open designs in Wilcom. The other option is simply out of the Explorer. So you just open the file by double clicking on it. The second one is Control S. It's for saving. So while you are working on something, if you press Control S, you see the little arrow, which means it saved the design in the one template I am in. Not to forget with save as, meaning like to save it as another design. There is a shortcut. It's a very complicated one. Sometimes it's also different to any keyboard or embroidery software. By me, it's Alt, F and A. Then I can actually save as design. It's very useful if you need to save quickly in a lot of files. So I repeat, it's Alt, F, A, and then you should actually put save as. A very useful trick. I use it constantly. It saves me a lot of clicking time. So I hope it works for you. If not, you can figure it out by going here and actually check the shortcuts. You can see there is a Control S, Control P. So maybe you find out what is it on your computer. Again, Alt, F, A is saving for me. The next one is Control N. Control N is very simple. It opens a new template and you can start all over to work for a new design. What I used to do is also to use the Control A all the time. So Control A is to mark everything. Very useful if you have to reshape stuff or if you want to check how big it is. You see it on the right edge here, how big the whole design is, and you can also edit it here. But Control A marks everything. Now something that's also very useful is copy. Of course, you see you can mark something like this font here. Press Control C to copy it, and then comes to the next one. It's Control V to paste it in again. There are two variations how you can do that. The other one is the Control D duplicate. So if I want to duplicate this font, I press Control D and I have duplicated it. It's important. It's very dangerous. Sometimes people double duplicate stuff because it's duplicated, but you cannot see it yet. So you have to shift it a little bit, and now you see, oh yeah, there are two of them. So if you press duplicate, do not forget that you duplicated it for sure. So if you duplicate and then you click somewhere else and now you thought, oh shit, I did something wrong. So if you drag and drop, you can see immediately, oh yeah, actually it is duplicated. A lot of people make mistakes here to duplicate, miss the one and then double duplicate, and then you have basically 4 designs. So be careful with that one. But it's very practical if you are in the workflow. Now I show you how you can actually use that in a combination, like a combo. For example, if I say I want this font, but I want a new design, I mark it, press Control C, like right here, Control C, then I press Control N for a new design, and I press Control V, and I have the design in here again, and I can start all over in an absolutely new design. If I want to save this one as a new design, I press Alt F A, and then I can actually put here a name. I say test number 1, and I press enter, and now it's saved as a new design, test 1. Okay, so this is a nice combo. The rest of the stuff I will go through very quickly because not so used so many times. First is M. It's called the measurement. If you press M, you can see here that it's measuring. So it's ideal if you want to figure out what's the distance between letters or items. You can actually press it here. Here comes another little gadget. If you press the control button, then now you can move it freely. If I press the control button, then you get a straight line. Do you see? So even if I move my mouse here, it will always stay the straight line, which is also by digitizing. The control button is very useful to make straight or nice angle lines. Again, you see it here very fine. If I move my mouse up and down, the line will stay straight. So, but the measurement you can measure. With the escape is basically as the word says, you can escape everything. So if you're in the measurement and you don't want to use it anymore, you just press escape and it's gone and you're back to the normal arrow design. Keyboard B is basically you can put something on the design. So if you're zoomed in and you want to see everything, you just make that's another another one. So the control B, if you press it, you see this is it's called Lupe in German. So you basically can catch something and say I want to see exactly this one, and it will show you only what you just marked on the monitor. As you probably know, the mouse wheel allows you also to go up and down, inside, outside. Here is only important to remember that the arrow that you're working with is going always into the center. So if I go here in the middle of the O and I start to scroll here, you see how it will focus the O always to be in the center. While you're digitizing, you will use this constantly, because there's nothing more annoying than to digitize in a bad angle or bad focus. So don't be scared of scrolling inside outside. You cannot destroy anything, and you should go into an optic that's very good for you. Good. The arrow Pfeiltasten in German, the arrow ones, I think they're logic. If you mark something, you can actually go slowly left, right, up and down. It's very good for fine adjustments, not so good for big adjustments. So if you want to put this font right down here, then you will just drag and drop it. It's better. But if you say, okay, I want to just make the distance a little bit more or less, then it's actually ideal. You go with the arrows and adjust it as you like. Good. Now something else. There is one more key that you want to have. It's the 0. So it's very cool, whatever you're doing and wherever you are in the zoom. If you press the 0, then you will constantly be back to everything you have in your template. So it doesn't matter how big it is. With the 0, it always comes out and see everything. You can also use the 1 button. So if it's 1, you go back to, I don't know, a standard setting, but the 0 is basically more useful because it always catches everything. So for example, if I would put this one here, but I work right there and I forgot that I put it at something in the left corner, and you press the 0, it will always catch everything that's in your template. So very practical to make sure that you have nothing forgotten somewhere in the corner. Now, that depends on how you work with Wilcom. There is the keystroke T, like Theodore. If you press T, that's the true view. So if you're really a digitizer, you will usually work with this view, not the true view that shows you how it potentially may look like as an embroidery, but this view. But you can switch inside this one with T, 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 T. So this is basically just an optic thing, depending on what you're more comfortable. I, as a digitizer, work with the normal view because I want to see the lines and the stitches and everything the embroidery shows me. Also, what you can do is the keystroke S. If you press S, you can see it's getting kind of invisible. So also can be very helpful in complex designs when there are many layers over each other and you need to draw something or see the picture underneath. You press the S and you can see it. Same here. If you press the S one more time, this will be done. Or T like Theodore. Another optic thing is the keystroke D. If you press D, then the picture in the file will disappear or appear again. So if you're working with a template, which most of you guys will do, then you just press the D button to make the picture disappear for you. So it's sometimes better to draw or edit something when you don't see the picture underneath. But of course, if you want to draw something along the picture, you need it. So with D, let it disappear and come back again. So then one more is the G, like Günther. So you take the font, and if you press G, it will delete the stitches. So it will make you show just the outline, so you can basically remove the stitches, and with G again to put the stitches there. I did not really figure out what is it good for, but if you want, you can play around. Sometimes it just happens that it looks differently because you press it by mistake, so it's good to know that if you press G, the stitches will disappear. And then last but not least, the space button. So the space button you may use in editing. We learned it in another video. For example, if I mark this font and I go to the reshaping, I see the line here. And if you click here, you can set, for example, if you have adjusted free line in the object properties, you can put it here, and with the space you can make it round or in a shape that you like. So it's shifting between edgy and round, so it's perfect to make half circles like this. You just remove it like that, and you can make a round shape and so on. So that's basically the space button. So, and at the end there is Control Z, like back. If you press Control Z, then it will go backwards. You also have a button up here, but if you wanna correct something you did, you just can control back as many times as you want until the beginning of whatever you have done. So it's very nice. If you want to do it over, just press Control Z. Same thing goes up here in the buttons, but again, I like to use the shortcuts because it's much easier and absolutely much faster if you use shortcuts from the very beginning. So try to learn them, try to use them constantly, because it can save you a lot of time and a lot of nerves by instead of going around and finding what you need. Alright, so far to the shortcuts. I hope it helped you. I hope you could learn something great. If I forgot anything, or any one of you knows some other shortcuts that maybe I don't even know, so please write in the comments, give me a like, subscribe my very new channel, and I will post constantly something new. If you need any information about Wilcom, digitizing, embroidery designs, feel free to just comment, and I will try to answer you, maybe even with a video explaining whatever you like to know. Have a good day, and bye.